Hi guys, my name is Nix and welcome back to my channel. Today it's a bit of a different video, but I'll be talking about something that is just as important as your physical health, and it's your mental well-being. So just a bit of my background. I've always been someone that gets easily stressed and easily overwhelmed. In 2007, I was diagnosed with PTSD, or showing signs of PTSD. Well, I think I've got it under control now. When I get stressed, I still will sometimes have nightmares or have a restless sleep, so it's important for me to keep my stress levels down. While I still need to spend conscious effort working on my mental health, I've come up with a few tips that help me do that and keep my stress levels at bay. So without further ado, let's get into the video. My first tip or piece of advice that really helped me is that everything is in your control. When I tell myself this, it really helps me when I'm feeling overwhelmed. When I've got a deadline due or something isn't working out, it really helps me, rather than thinking, oh my god, I'm never going to get to this. I'm never going to reach this deadline, or I'm never going to achieve this, or oh my god, it's all building up. Ah! It's more healthy for me to look at that situation and say, right, what can I do? This is in my control. What can I do to reach this deadline or fix this problem? It takes the pressure off, because when you feel like you're in control, it's no longer overwhelming. There are things you can do or changes you can make to solve this problem. For example, there was a time when I lost my job. Now, it wasn't because of anything I had done, it's just the business couldn't afford to keep me on. And usually this is something that would really stress and overwhelm me, but rather than looking at it as, oh my god, I've lost my job, how am I going to pay my bills? I looked at it as, right, this is one door closing, it wasn't meant to be. Now 10 other doors are going to open. It gives me more time to focus on other things, rather than being stuck in a job where really I wouldn't have been progressing. Well, I understand this would be a big toll on your financial situation. If you shift your mindset and look at it as an opportunity to, say, earn more money or do something you like a little bit better, then at the end of the day, that's a win. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. My next tip is to speak to someone. Unfortunately, and I notice this a lot when suffering with PTSD, there is still such a stigma around mental health. It can be difficult with this stigma to admit that you need help and admit that you need to see someone. But honestly, when I started seeing a psychologist, she helped me so much. If I chose not to see her and continued on with my day, I would not be coping the way that I have coped. Even if you don't think you have a serious mental health issue, it can just be nice to talk to someone to give you an outside perspective on the problem that you're dealing with, because psychologists are trained to give you a rational response. They're going to look at it from an outside perspective without any emotion, and they're going to tell you the facts. And some of the times when you're stressed and overwhelmed, you're not seeing the facts, you're not thinking rationally, and yeah, sometimes that outside perspective can help. If you don't have access to a psychologist, or for some reason you don't want to take that step, speak to a friend, speak to a family member. They're a lot more understanding than you might think, and they might be able to offer you another perspective on the challenge that you're facing. My next tip is to make a list. When you've got a bunch of work to do and so much to achieve in a day, it can seem overwhelming. What I find has really helped me, and I've been doing this for quite a while, even since high school, is breaking down your tasks into little things. So say you've got study to do, right? Rather than just writing on your checklist, study, that's broad. I'd break that down into chapter 1, chapter 2, question 1 of assignment, and then whatever else you need to do. Clean bathroom, make bed, whatever it is. The tiniest tasks, put them all on there, and then what I like to do then is prioritize them. So I'll number them from 1 to whatever and start with the highest priority and then make my way down. That way, if I only achieve half the list, at least I've achieved what was most important, and the rest can wait until tomorrow or can wait until the next day. And it doesn't seem so overwhelming. And then what's nice as well is when you tick things off. It feels nice to tick things off and acknowledge when you've achieved things, rather than just powering through and going at a pace and getting more and more stressed because you feel like you haven't achieved anything, when in actual fact you've read chapter 1, you've cleaned the bathroom, you're killing it. But you don't realize that if you don't break things down into smaller chunks. My next tip is meditation. Now, my mind tends to run at 100 miles an hour, and I struggle to meditate. It's something that I'm still working on. But what I do find helpful is guided meditations. So there are a couple of apps for this. I like Headspace. I think they're 3 to 10 minute guided meditations. There's someone prompting you the whole time to bring your mind back to focus, and there's no pressure to just lie there and just think of nothing, because for a lot of people, including myself, that is very difficult and takes years of practice. If you don't like meditation, or if you find it hard to meditate, what I've also found helpful is going for walks. So I'll chuck my headphones on, go for a half an hour to an hour walk, and I find that really clears my mind, because I'm not just lying there thinking of nothing. I'm actually walking around, breathing in fresh air and looking at scenery. My last and final tip is to take a break or a nap. Have you ever felt when you were reading something on your computer or trying to take something in, you read it 10 times and it doesn't even go into your brain because you're so tired? That's happened to me quite a few times, and when I get to that point, I know that I either have to take a break, like walk away from my computer, maybe go for a walk, or take a nap. What I like to do is just shut everything off for 15 minutes, put a 15-minute timer on my phone, literally lie down, close my eyes for 15 minutes, get back up, and I find that helps so much. It's just a 15-minute nap. It's not going to break all your progress that you've been working on, but it will help you to re-energize your brain and motivate you to keep on going. I hope these tips have been helpful for you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Thursday and Sunday. Thanks for watching. Bye!